First, in the last year that we have full statistics for, which is 2007-2008 school year, we paid in New Jersey, on average, $17,620 per pupil per year for public education. That is the highest in America. $17,620 per pupil per year from K to 12 in the public school system. Despite that, 104,000 students in New Jersey are trapped in 205 chronically failing schools. These are schools that have been adjudged by the Department of Education to be chronically failing. Not failing just 1 year, chronically failing over a period of 5 years or more. 104,000 New Jersey students trapped in those type of schools. Nearly 30% of all New Jersey 8th graders lacked basic math skills in the statewide test. 30%. Yet we pay the highest per pupil cost in America. And there's this whole failed theory that's been going on in New Jersey for a couple of decades now. More money equals better education. The Supreme Court mandated it. The legislature supported it. More money equals better education, and particularly in difficult districts, challenged districts, the 30 so-called Abbott districts. Well, what's happened during that period of time? Despite decades now of much greater spending, 40% of New Jersey's African American students, 32% of our Hispanic students were unable to meet basic standards in the 2009 test. The achievement gap between wealthy and low-income students for 8th graders in math is the same as it was 19 years ago. Yet for 20 years, we've been following the myth of spend more, folks will do better. It's not happening. The numbers show it. Now, we had an experiment that Governor Whitman started years ago with charter schools. Now, charter schools were never meant to be a replacement for public schools. What charter schools were meant to do was to be a place without all the union rules, that experimented, that innovated, and then we looked at what worked there and what didn't work there, and then we took it and applied it to the bigger public schools. Well, we've done the first half, and we've never done the second half. And if you look at charter schools and whether their innovation is showing achievement, consider this. 70% of New Jersey's charter high schools had a higher graduation rate in 2009 than the local district average. So in 70% of the school districts, if you went to a charter high school, you had a better chance of graduating from high school than you did if you went to the local regular public school. We've learned things in the charter school movement that we need to apply to the regular public schools. So why haven't we? Why haven't we? We haven't because the educational bureaucracy in this state, the administrators, the teachers union, has refused to allow that innovation to occur. Now, I'm going to say it again, like I say it every town hall meeting, because I believe it, although it rarely gets reported. My quarrel is not with the teachers in the public schools in New Jersey. We have an extraordinary amount of very good, hardworking, committed teachers. My argument is not with them. There's a bunch of them standing outside holding signs, okay, protesting. Protesting because I have the temerity to stand up to their union, which is the biggest bully on State Street. Why are they the... How have they become the biggest bully on State Street? Well, they collect in dues every year $130 million in dues from the public school employees in New Jersey. Mandatory. $731 a year in mandatory dues. Every person who works in the public schools is required to be a part of the union. If they're not, they can opt out. But understand this. This is great. This is a law in New Jersey. have to be a member of the NJEA, but if you choose not to be, you have to pay 85% of $731 to get out. And it's taken directly out of your paycheck by direct withdrawal from the paycheck at no charge to the union, absorbed by the taxpayers of the state, and wire transferred to the union. Now, for those of you who are my generation in the audience, this is like the Hotel California, right? You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave.